What feels like a normal thing to do say but is illegal? It's not illegal everywhere, but feeding a parking meter that is not yours is illegal here. In the UK, back when CDs and MP3 players were popular, it was illegal to copy music from a CD into a different format. It's still illegal, but it's not as common to do now. You could back up the actual CD in its original file format, but if you changed it to MP3, it became illegal. It was essentially an outdated copyright law. It meant that a company could potentially sue someone over it, but nobody cared as it was obvious that nobody would want the bad press from such a pointless lawsuit, plus the law would likely be changed if it were actually used like that. Cohabitation is illegal in Mississippi and Michigan unless you're married. Having weed while driving between two states that have legal weed. It's illegal to say, "I want to kill the President of the United States of America." It's illegal. It's a federal offense. It's one of the only sentences that you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it right then, because I was just telling you that it's illegal to say, "I want to kill the President of the United States of America." Haggis and Kinder eggs being illegal in the US. Sleeping in your car. Callus shavers. They're illegal in many states due to the high risk of causing infections. Parking your car on your own property. Unless it's paved, they give you a ticket. The city of North Little Rock, Arkansas issued my van 67 tickets, all from same asshole. But none of them had a court date. Collecting rainwater. Up until 2 years ago, paying for other people's fuel was illegal here. Drinking a beer in the park. Smoke weed. I live in Sweden. We sharpened our laws 4 days ago. 1 joint 6 months. I'm not falling for this. At least I know my FBI agent's username now. Although highly frowned upon, it is not illegal to call a toddler an asshole. If two 17-year-olds send each other not safe for work pictures in private, it can be classified as child pornography. In the US, collecting feathers you find on the ground outside. The Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918 prohibits people from possessing native birds, their feathers, eggs, or any parts of them. So you potentially could be arrested for picking up a feather. Jaywalking. I'm not going to walk 5 minutes down the road when I can simply cross the street in a couple seconds. Edit to my beloved Europeans across the sea. Yes, you have better cross-walking laws and I am jealous. And to my fellow Americans wishing me harm, that's not surprising. Yes, me crossing an empty street with no cars in the distance is the real problem. There couldn't possibly be anything else more dangerous than that, right? In America, loitering. I don't know about normal, but US prostitution versus porn laws are weird. No camera prostitution and illegal. Camera porn and legal. Being an atheist, this illegal in my country. In my country, burning the country's flag. Drinking as an adult. I'm legally an adult at 18 and can be drafted into war but can't have a fucking beer. Eating beef. You can get arrested in my country if you're caught having beef and will be required to prove where you bought it. Only the government is allowed to sell it, not the common people. Funny that the law is harder against someone who kills a cow, up to 20 years in prison, vs someone who kills a fucking person. Some of them are out in 5 years. Government criticism. Free speech violations in some parts of the world. Obtain a position in a government public office, i.e. become a politician, then use your position to funnel public funds into private matters without following proper procedures. i.e. lying, cheating, rorting, misuse of government property and or money. Truman's quote, "Show me a man that gets rich by being a politician, and I'll show you a crook." If you're serving the public, and you have 2 bottles of the same liquor that are both partly drained, you cannot pour one into the other. This is called marrying bottles, and it is illegal in 50 states. Buying food for homeless people. Torrenting movies. Smoking crack while driving 172 miles per hour. Getting on a plane and seeing your friend Jack, then shouting out "Hi Jack." Finding child porn and turning it over to the local police. That counts as distributing it and could, in theory, be charged as a felony. The only agency in the US that you can legally give suspected child porn to is the NCMEC. Going through a person's phone without permission. IDK if it's normal, but my ex always went through my phone at night when I was sleeping and his baby mama's phone as well. When she'd come over. Illegal as FCK though. Speeding. Even 1 mile over is technically illegal. Where I am, the flow of traffic is usually 10 over the limit anyway, so cops here tend to just ticket the people who are egregiously over or under the traffic flow. Imma be them balls gone all over the place. Same-sex marriage. Well, to a relative of mine who I accompanied to court, a joke with the phrase "You still have my gun in your bag, right?" As we went through the scanners. I was mortified, so apologetic to the security people who seemed unimpressed with him but understanding towards me. No jokes about weapons in the courthouse. Literally read this backwards and was having a small stroke about all the illegal things people though were legal. Mushrooms. Saying "I am going to kill you." Apparently, that is illegal, even though we say it to our siblings and our friends all the time. Protecting yourself in your home, well, at least in France. War crimes, crimes against humanity. I mean, I don't see the big deal, I do them by the way. Smoke the devil's lettuce. At a red light, driving up around traffic on the right side, on the shoulder, just so you can turn right at the light or into a driveway. When you get ticketed, I laugh. Everyone here is on a list just because of one comment. Can you guess what it is? Being naked at the beach. In Florida it's illegal to tie an elephant to a parking meter, unless you pay the meter. Even if the elephant just sits on the sidewalk, you better pay the meter. It is technically illegal to drive a black car on Sunday in Denver, Colorado. Old law that is still on the books. When walking around outside or just hiking around to just unzip and pee. It is a natural function after all. Opening your neighbor's mail to see if they got anything interesting. In some parts of the world, filming the police when they are making an arrest. So much for free speech, America. In some countries. Being gay. Adoption for gay couples. Being trans. Going to school as a woman. Abortion. Being naked at home. Inside. Some motherfuckers have court cases for that shit. Swearing in public. It is illegal in many states, but everyone does it. Taking someone's picture without permission. Seems totally logical, right? But imagine you're filming a school sports game, you have to get all the spectators, players, medics, permission. Popia Act, South Africa. And a solution to this is put up a sign that says, "Please note that entering these premises permits the filming, photography and broadcasting on social media, and media outlets talk about a law that's there for a good reason, but then can be covered by one sign that invalidates that law." Book law is nonsense really. Not wearing a helmet, it's illegal here in